Hello everyone, you must have heard about the most aggressive and strongest fish in the world. Have you guessed the species yet? Today I'll take you to see what kind of fish there is. No animal on Earth is as vilified as sharks. Thanks to gory front-page images of shark attacks and blockbuster movies like Jaws, sharks have long been feared and despised by people. However, one research organization is working to change public perception of sharks. Most people are afraid of sharks, but humans aren't really their prey, Ramsey explains on one of the organization's boats. She guides each group through a detailed plan on how to deal with sharks. After all, it's their habitat, including how to spot aggressive or nervous behavior, as well as listed shark species. List. Millet is in danger of extinction. It is estimated that about 100 million sharks are killed each year because of shark fin soup, an Asian delicacy that is one of the biggest threats to shark populations. 17 species are classified as endangered. If you plan to kill an insect to eat, you should consider keeping just one mako shark or fresher shark. All sharks excrete urine through their skin and ammonify their flesh except mako sharks. Longtails, and great white sharks. These three species actually pass urine and do not urinate through the skin. Great white sharks are protected and must only be caught and released. Other species are edible and you can eat smaller species. They have no currency. Shark fishing takes place year-round with some specific times for specific species. While we have all species most of the year, spring is mako shark time when they come to the coast feeding on cobia and bream and can be caught while surf fishing. A mako shark weighing more than 800 pounds has been caught from the beach. The most popular shark species we have are black sharks, sand sharks, tiger sharks, thresher sharks, mako sharks, nurse sharks, bull sharks, turtle sharks and camera sharks. Sharks can be caught on specialized shark fishing vessels, surf fishing, private boats and piers along the coast. The Okaloosa Island Pier does not allow shark fishing, but all other piers do, including the two piers in Panama City, the Navarre and Pensacola piers from midnight to dawn. Most of the year there are sharks at the beach. The most common are sharks in the 40 to 80 pounds range. Some years, mainly in spring, large mako sharks come to the beach to feed on cobia and bream. A mako shark weighing more than 800 pounds has been caught at the beach. Due to the different sizes of shark species, the fishing tools we use can also vary greatly. Shark meat is a delicacy in some countries because it really healthy. Extinction and high mercury content are two factors to consider. It's shark meat, and while some people gawk at their televisions, or computers or tablets, at great whites, some people are actually eating them. An estimated 100 million sharks are killed each year to meet consumer demand for meat. According to Wild Aid, that's happening less and less. Shark fin soup is a delicacy in China, but Wild Aid estimates that it has declined. By about 70% due to China's increasing austerity and anti-corruption policies. Sharks, more often than not, are in danger of extinction. Besides preserving life, shark meat can be extremely unhealthy. According to a CNN report from nearly 20 years ago, mercury levels in sharks can cause loss of coordination, blindness and even death. Scientists believe that sharks accumulate mercury in their bodies because they eat many smaller fish. Robert Uea, director of the Moat Marine Laboratory. What we found in the 124 sharks that we sampled was that about a third of them had mercury levels that exceeded the Bureau's recommended level. Food and Drug Administration is 1 in a million, the Shark Research Center told CNN at the time. A 2004 EPA report is quite clear. Do not eat shark, swordfish, king mackerel or tilefish because they contain high levels of mercury. Flounder fishing is popular with anglers for many good reasons. First of all, they are widespread and relatively common within their range. But the best thing is that they eagerly catch a variety of baits, both natural and artificial. But they also present their own challenges. The experts in the game all have their favorite flounder fishing techniques, so if you want to learn how to catch flounder, you should listen to their advice, whether it's for a good flounder fishing rig, the best baits and lures for flounder, or when and how to find and catch them. We spoke to some of the best flounder fishing experts to get their advice on how to catch flounder. Flounder fishing isn't rocket science, but it's a good idea to learn a few tricks and techniques if it can give you an edge on the water. Techniques for catching flounder vary from casting live or cut bait along the bottom to casting artificial bait through the water column. Basic techniques involve placing bait or lures on the bottom. That's where flounder live and feed for most of their lives. Jake Marcus of Fairhope, Alabama, is a die-hard flounder fisherman. Flounder rig setups typically require light rods and mostly quarter-ounce jigs, and his specialty is working sand drop-offs and small coastal ledges banks that many anglers ignore. Flounder are associated with the smallest of drops, sometimes as little as 6 or 8 inches, and a foot or two high ledge can be a real fish magnet, he explains. I use a boat to get to good fishing locations, but I find that wading is often the best way to reach. Flounder in shallow water. Wading doesn't scare the fish and you can use your feet to feel the small drops that usually hold fish. Jake takes fans to these stocked areas, probing the bottom with a jig is the first choice. His ferry for flounder bait. Casts parallel to the ledge are often most effective because the lure is kept in the strike zone throughout the retrieve. Jake also points out that fishing is best from rocky outcrops where the water flows from shallow to deep. In this case, flounder often gather at the deep side of the cliff, waiting for the bait to be swept out of the shallow area. Greg Fields of Atlantic Beach, Florida, first learned about halibut tracks when he noticed that the bays with the most bait at low tide also had large numbers of flounder outlines, or tracks, below. Sam Hudson. How to find flounder. Guide Greg Fields of Atlantic Beach, Florida, first encountered what he calls halibut tracks while wading through shallow mud and sand at low tide looking for live bait. He found that the bays with the most bait at low tide also had a lot of With its mild flavor and moist texture, shark meat is highly prized in Scandinavia, India, and Japan. Just like regular fish, it can be fried, baked, seared, or grilled and used in all types of recipes. But first, you need to marinate it in salt water, vinegar, or other liquids to remove its pungent odor. Shark meat has a strong smell due to the presence of ammonia. This odor comes from urea, an organic compound that keeps the shark's skin moist in seawater. The smell can persist after cooking if the fish hasn't been marinated. Porkal, or fermented shark, has an even stronger odor due to its high ammonia content. That's the reason Gordon Ramsay couldn't handle this traditional Icelandic dish. Even so, shark meat can taste delicious when cooked properly. You can serve it with green beans or rice, add it to soups and stews, or turn it into sushi. Marinate shark meat to eliminate the smell of ammonia. Humans and most mammals eliminate urea, a byproduct of protein metabolism. Through urination. Sharks and other fish species retain this compound in their skin and flesh, which prevents them from drying out. The urea in their bodies is converted to ammonia after they die, resulting in a pungent odor. To prevent spoilage, it's essential to bleed and proceed with the catch immediately. However, this step alone may not eliminate the smell of ammonia. The only way to remove the odor is to brine or marinate the shark meat before consumption. Some chefs will soak it in milk for 4 or 5 hours. And then cook it as needed. Alternatively, soak it in brine, lime juice, or vinegar and refrigerate it for at least half an hour. The soaking will vary depending on how strong the odor is. Once cooked, shark meat has a mildly sweet flavor and soft texture. However, it can also be chewy, depending on the preparation method and ingredients used. "I just thought they're kind of chewy," said Josh Taylor, a seasoned fisherman, in an interview with USA Today. "Not quite as chewy as an octopus, but definitely close," he added. Eric Myers of Grills Seafood and Tiki Deck at the port has a different opinion. "The closest thing I can compare it to is alligator and chicken. It's softer than alligator," he told the media outlet. Another problem is the presence of arsenic, lead, and other heavy metals in shark meat, according to 2021 research published in Chemisphere. These compounds can build up in your tissues and cause severe toxicity. For example, long-term exposure to arsenic may lead to skin, bladder, or lung cancer, diabetes, heart disease, and respiratory problems. Given these risks, you might want to think twice before cooking shark meat. Salmon, trout, bass, skipjack tuna, and cod are some of the best fish to eat. Require minimal prep work. Plus, they're easier on the pocket and more widely available than shark meat. It's also worth mentioning that over 36% of shark and ray species are on the brink of extinction. That's not the case with tuna, salmon, cod, or haddock. High school. Introduced through a mutual friend, producer Courtney Semmel, Sean and Jodie's relationship seemed destined for a fairy tale ending. However, the reality proved to be more complex. Jodie, the daughter of the late Ocean's 11 producer Jerry Weintraub, brought a son from her first marriage into their blended family earlier this year. Sean and Jodie took a significant step by purchasing a house together in Los Angeles, signaling their commitment to building a life together. Despite these positive steps, the pressures and challenges of marriage took their toll, and the couple will likely sell the house as they move forward. With their separation. Sean's background is as colorful as his father's illustrious career. He is the son of Rod Stewart and his first wife, Alana Collins, whom Rod married in 1979. Their marriage, which lasted 5 years, also produced a daughter, Kimberly, now 43. Alana was not only married to Rod but also had a marriage with actor George Hamilton, adding to the intricate family dynamics. Reflecting on the past year, Sean has undergone significant personal transformation. Over the last 6 months, he has lost a stunning 40 pounds through dedicated daily workouts. The former reality TV star shared with DailyMail.com that he wakes up as early as 4 a.m. to start lifting weights. "I get up super early to get it done and then go for a long walk," the Sons of Hollywood star revealed. "Of course, later in the day I do take a nap, so I am not sleep deprived. There is nothing better than getting a workout done very early in the day so you just get it over with and off your mind." Sean admitted that his decision to lose weight was driven by a desire to feel better and slim down for the summer. "It's not comfortable having weight on you, it feels awful, and slows you down. So I decided to finally do something about it." This personal transformation is also tied to Sean's professional endeavors. He is currently shooting the pilot for a new TV show that will highlight his career as a designer for his brand, Dirty Weekend.